The cowardice of MAGA and these Trump-supporting Republicans knows no bounds. I mean, seriously. Last night on CNN, former Attorney General under Donald Trump Bill Barr was giving an interview to journalist Caitlin Collins, and during this interview, Collins was grilling him over his pledged support of Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential election. And these are very valid questions because, one, why on earth would anybody vote for Donald Trump? And two, why on earth would anyone who had witnessed Donald Trump's actions firsthand vote for him again in 2024? And Bill Barr doubled down, saying, you know what? Even though I've seen him do all of these horrible things, and I acknowledge that he did these horrible things, and he pledges to continue to do these horrible things, I'm going to support him again in 2024. And in these series of clips I'm going to show you in just a moment from this interview, when I first saw them, I got a strong feeling of embarrassment, genuine embarrassment for Bill Barr, because how on earth can you kiss the ring like this? Just whatever Donald Trump wants, whatever he says, you do. It is embarrassing. So here's that first clip from the interview where Bill Barr is just getting grilled.
So just to be clear, you're voting for someone who you believe tried to subvert the peaceful transfer of power, that can't even achieve his own policies, that lied about the election even after his attorney general told him that the election wasn't stolen. And as the former chief law enforcement in this country, you're going to vote for someone who is facing 88 criminal counts.
Well, look, the 88 criminal counts, a lot of those are, and I've said...
Even if 10 of them are accurate?
The answer to the question is yes. I'm supporting the Republican ticket.
But can you say that you're voting for Donald Trump? Because you're not saying his name. You just say you're supporting the Republican ticket.
I've said, as between Biden and Trump, I will vote for Trump because I...
Yeah, genuinely humiliating. Barr was just embarrassed live on national television. That is exactly what just happened there. Even after everything, even after Donald Trump was found liable for sexually abusing a woman, E. Jean Carroll, even after he was found liable for extensive business fraud in New York City spanning decades, even after he's facing 88 felony charges, tried to subvert the peaceful transfer of power, tried to overturn the election in 2020, incited an insurrection. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. Many of these things Bill Barr himself acknowledged and agreed to, that he did try to subvert the peaceful transfer of power. Even after all of that, Bill Barr is still voting for him. And it's even worse that he was the former chief law enforcement official in this country as the Attorney General of the United States, someone who's meant to stand up for the rule of law, the rights of the victims in this country. He's meant to stand up for these people. And here he is, not doing that, not following the practice he has dedicated his life to in the form of law, not doing that, but instead standing up for Donald Trump and standing up for his blatant violations of the law as found by courts. It is humiliating. How anybody can go on national television and say this stuff with a straight face is beyond me. And it's especially insane because, as Caitlin Collins kind of pointed out, Bill Barr has criticized Donald Trump before. He's called him a narcissist, a maniac, a lunatic, saying he couldn't achieve policy that he wanted to get passed because he was unable to do the job. He called him incompetent. And now he's like, you know what? No, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. God forbid Joe Biden on the other side of the aisle wants to invest in infrastructure, wants to lower healthcare costs, wants to fight climate change and set up the next generations for a prosperous future. God forbid, right? Let's not go with that, according to Bill Barr. Let's go with the lunatic maniac who he acknowledges is a lunatic maniac. Oh my God. Crazy, isn't it? Just crazy. And let me tell you, this interview gets worse. It's not the only clip that came from it. The interview gets worse. Here's a clip of Bill Barr once again justifying his support for Donald Trump, specifically on the topic of Trump trying to overturn the election in 2020.
Name one thing that Biden has done that's worse than that.
I think his whole administration is a disaster for the country.
Is worse than subverting the peaceful transfer of power?
Did he succeed?
Only because Vice President Mike Pence stood in the way, and now the people who are lining up to be VP again say that they will not do what Mike Pence did.
I mean, look,
What? Are you kidding me? Trying to justify Trump attempting to overturn the election in 2020 by saying, well, did he succeed? What? If you try to rob somebody and fail, that's still against the law. If you try to kill somebody and fail, that is still against the law. If you try to do something bad, that is still wrong, whether you succeed or not. So I have no idea what Bill Barr is saying here. So is his view that, oh, if you try to destroy American democracy, well, that's okay, but if you succeed, then we have a problem here? No. How about trying to destroy American democracy overall is just a bad thing and is disqualifying for someone who wants to be president of the United States? I would hope that Bill Barr, as a former attorney general of this country, would know that attempted crime is still a crime. Not sure he does, though, by this justification. Did he succeed? Seriously? And I think this perfectly embodies the mental gymnastics that these Trump-supporting Republicans have to do to get their support toward Donald Trump. They have to do these mind games to support him, saying, well, you know what? He did try to overturn the election. Yeah, he's facing 88 felony charges. Yeah, he's doing all this stuff. But did he succeed? Well, since he didn't, I think that's A-okay with me. Because if he succeeded, we wouldn't be having an election right now, so this conversation wouldn't even be happening. But seriously, cowardly, embarrassing, humiliating stuff from Bill Barr. And now the last clip I want to show you from this interview, which I think perfectly sums up the interview and perfectly sums up the cowardice of Bill Barr, is him responding to a recent attack that Donald Trump launched toward him. Take a look.
He responded in response to you saying you'd vote for the Republican ticket. Wow, former AG Bill Barr, who let a lot of great people down by not investigating voter fraud in our country, has just endorsed me for president despite the fact that I called him weak, slow-moving, lethargic, gutless, and lazy. Based on the fact that I greatly appreciate his wholehearted endorsement, I am removing the word lethargic from my statement. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah. It's classic Trump.
Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, man. Classic Trump, huh? Getting made fun of by the former president of the United States, current Republican candidate for president, who is calling you weak and low energy and slow moving and lethargic, making fun of you and the job you did as the attorney general. And then you laugh it off as, ha, 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 classic Trump. Is that not just the most embarrassing thing you've ever seen? I know that word has come up a lot, but I think it's very accurate for Bill Barr. You're getting made fun of to your face, and you're just like, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, that's the guy I'm going to support in 2024. That guy. Yeah, you know, he's making fun of me, and yeah, he's sending all of his followers after me, and yeah, he's done that before, but that's just Trump. That's just classic Trump. Again, the mental gymnastics that Bill Barr is doing in this clip and has done previously to get to this position where he's like, yeah, Trump has made fun of me. Yeah, he's likely broken the law. Yeah. I'm still going to vote for him. Yeah, it's just classic Trump. They treat him like a child, right? Like, oh, yeah, it's just Trump having a temper tantrum again. It's no worries. Just forget about it. I'm still going to support him. Oh, man. Craziness. Humiliating, embarrassing craziness. But this is what happens when you get involved with Trump and MAGA. Number one, you have to hire your own lawyer. And number two, you got to sell your soul. And Bill Barr has sold his soul. He sold his soul to MAGA that he will defend every single thing that Donald Trump does and everything he says and all of the things he's being accused of in a court of law and all the things he's been found liable in civil court. You have to sell your soul to be part of MAGA, and Bill Barr did it. And maybe he's shooting for like a Trump administration job. I don't know what he's doing here. I don't know what the play is, aside from just embarrassing himself in a public way. But Bill Barr, maybe America's biggest coward. So anyway, I'll leave the video there. When I saw these clips, I was genuinely a little angry when I see them, which I don't find myself getting angry all that often at clips I see on social media and stuff like that. But these ones especially, I was just like, I can't fathom this. So I'll leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes such a long way. Also, drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about all of this stuff. Share the video with anybody you think needs to see it. And as always, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.